So today we're going to do a much shorter tutorial, hopefully, just to show how to create a death scene and maybe even a pause menu. So let's quickly jump into that. It's fairly simple. All we have to do is check when the player dies, and when the player dies is to just change the scene. So the first thing first, we need to create a new scene. So let's go over here to File, Create New Scene, and then do a Save As. So it's empty scene and save it in your scenes folder, which I don't apparently have one, so let's just call it main menu. Why not? Okay, we'll click save. So now we have this empty menu which looks like this. So what we're going to do is create at least one button here. So let's go over to the hierarchy, right click and click UI, and then go into button. Where is button? Button. Alright, so you'll see that created a few things. The main thing here is the canvas and the event system, and then inside the canvas we have the button that we just created. So next time, you usually use one canvas. Some cases you use more, but in our case, we're going to use one canvas. So if you double click on the button, you'll zoom into it over here. You'll see it's really big and outrageous, but that's just how the camera views it. So this is how you're actually seeing it on the game screen over here. So that's where you need to focus on. So let's put it into the center. So for that, all we have to do is see this little arrangement section over here, rect transform. If you select button, we're going to make it click, hold alt, and then we'll click this one in the middle, and then that'll make it to the middle. So let's change some text on it. So open this up, click the text, and type in play here. There we go, we've got button. Now to give it a function or to do something, for that what we have to do is create a script. We can attach that script anywhere, so let's just attach it on the main camera. Or you know what, main camera, that's fine. Let's call it buttons script. Actually, we're going to need another one in the next scene, so let's call it main menu buttons. Okay, press enter, open this up, and then there's actually not that many lines we have to do. But it's a good way to see what's going on here. So main menu button. First thing we need to do on the top is add another library. So we're going to do using Unity Engine .ui. So that will let us use buttons and texts and stuff like that. So right here, before we start, we'll create a. Actually, we don't have to do that. All we have to do is we don't even need the UI. Yeah, we'll keep it in there. Why not? We'll do using Unity. Now I don't recall what it exactly is called. I think it's Unity Engine Scene Management. Yes. So Unity Engine Scene Management. So this will give us functions for managing, changing scenes and stuff like that. We don't need the void or the start, so we'll delete all of this. Make sure you don't delete an extra parentheses. We just need one for the class. Okay. Now in here we're going to create a new function. We'll call it public. Now this time it has to be public. We'll call it play, or sorry, let's call it click play. Okay, open close parentheses, brackets. Okay, oh, we didn't return a type, so let's do public void. Okay, over here we're gonna say, now I don't remember the syntax exactly, I haven't done it in a while, but I believe it's scene manager dot load scene, and then we can type in the name of it, which let's double check. We called it level 1, so make sure whatever you called your actual scene, your level scene, let's save that. Whatever you call this scene, which I called level 1, that's exactly the string or the text you're going to put into that script. So back in here in load screen quotes, we're going to put in load scene level 1, and that's honestly it. So now not now, there's a few more things we have to do actually. So let's go into file here, build settings. So first thing we need to do is add the scene that we just created into our little build settings. So you'll see level 1 is already in here, but since we're in main menu scene, we'll click add open scenes. If you're not in main menu, you can just always drag it in, but we already added it, so it's cool. So make sure they're both in there. And in fact, we're going to drag this one up. So when we execute the game or build a game, it'll open from main menu first. Okay. Now we're going to go into canvas, go into button, and underneath button you'll see on click. Excuse me. On click, and we'll click the plus, you'll see this little thing get added in here wherever we added the script, and I believe we attached it on the main camera. So let's drag the main camera over here, and then in the node function we're saying main menu buttons, because that's the script we created and attached on the main camera, and we will put it click play. That's the function we created. So main menu buttons is the script we created, and click play is the function we created. So now when you click on this button, it will call this function, because as you can see there's nothing calling this function right now, but when we click it, it will call it. So let's see, press play, and it should call the next. Come down here and press play, and well, there we go, right? So now let's go over to level 1, save the scene, and let's create a pause menu. So for that, what we have to do is let's create a canvas first. So we'll just go right click, UI canvas. So last time we did this, we created a button and it automatically created a canvas. You can also manually create a canvas. So let's create a canvas. In there, we go back to UI and we'll do button. Actually, no, let's add a game object and let's call it menu, or pause menu if you really want to call it pause menu. Okay, so now inside that we're going to create a UI, and let's create we probably need 2 buttons, like a back button and a maybe exit button. So yeah, or maybe even a restart button, but you know, we can add that later. So let's create a button, and then let's create actually we'll duplicate that. So one, make sure it's underneath the pause menu over here. So if you close this, you'll see it. We'll go button, let's name this back button. Back as in it'll unpause the game, okay? So we'll go button, and then we don't have a function for it yet. So let's again go into main camera, create a script here, call it buttons script, because now this one is in the level. Okay, open that. I did not open it yet. Button script. Okay, again, we don't need these functions. We need to create our own. So let's go public void back button, open close parentheses, and then brackets. And then what we have to do here, actually we haven't paused the game yet, so we won't know what to do here. So I'm gonna come back here later. Let's just leave that function empty, and then we'll go here. We'll go into where do we put the pause? Let's put it in the player. So let's go in player script. We can even do it in update, why not? So in update function, heck, we'll do it on top. Let's put an if statement, if input dot get key down, open close parentheses. We'll do the little quotes, and we will put in, actually we won't do quotes, let's do key code dot escape. Okay, then we'll go and open curly braces after this, and here is where the pause is actually going to happen. So the way to pause the game is actually by doing time, is it time or is it physics? Time dot time scale, I believe it's time dot time scale equals 0. Let's see if that works, because I'm not exactly sure if that's the syntax for it, but let's see. Save that, go here, press play. I know that button's just sitting there, but we'll get to it. So okay, we can move, we press escape, and we can't move. Game paused. Okay, cool. So now let's go over here on the top where our variables are, and do public game object menu, and then copy the menu, and over here we'll do menu dot enabled, no, sorry, set active, open parentheses, and we'll do true. And I just realized we need to do one more thing. We'll do what do we do? All right, let's do a private boolean, and then we'll do menu opened equals false. Something to keep track of what the state of our menu is, so we can check over here. So like if you press the escape key, and then let's actually go in here, and we'll do if So this is if inside an if. If menu opened equals false. So the menu is not open, then make sure to open the curly braces and put these two lines inside of there. Okay, so that way we have to make sure that we press the escape key and the menu is not opened. Okay, so after we open the menu, we have to open the menu. So open menu.open. Okay, so we pause the game, we physically enable the menu on the screen, and then our variable should also be true. Like, okay, because the next time when we come in here, it's gonna say, oh, the menu is true, it's not false, so it's not gonna do this when you press escape. So what it's gonna do, we'll do an else statement, open close curly braces. So in this one, what we'll do is basically copy all of these three lines, paste it here, but time is gonna be 1, back to normal, menu is gonna be gone, so false, and then menu opened, again, false. Okay, so now we have to drag that menu item in. So let's go over here, player, where's the player script? So menu object right here. That's why we created the pause menu. So we'll drag that in here into the menu. Okay, so now we can actually disable this in the starting. Wrong one. Let's disable the pause menu. Okay, so now if we press play, you'll see that we can walk, we press escape, and game pauses and this button shows up. Doesn't do anything. Press escape again and voila, we can walk. Okay, I'm actually going to take away more than one button. We'll just make it, if you press escape again, it'll unpause, because that's what it does right now. You know, look at this. Escape, and then escape again. Okay, so for that button, we will do back to main menu. So back button is fine. Let's enable this pause menu again so we can edit it. And we will change the text of this button to say back to menu. Okay. Then we actually can go back in our script, and if you open the, where is the script? Main camera button script. We'll actually go in here and write that. So remember, we have to bring in that library. So using Unity engine dot scene management, and then we'll do load scene management, scene manager dot load scene, and then we'll do open parentheses, and then inside it we'll put main menu, or again however you spelled it. So spelling does matter here. So however you name that first scene, you can click it slowly and it'll come like this, and you can copy it so your spellings don't change here. So that way when we click the back button, we'll go back to the main menu, and we'll go over here and we have to still assign it. So click the back button, and then on the click we have to still assign what it's going to call. So we'll click the plus, drag the camera in, because that's where we put the script, and the function will go button script, that's the script we created, and then back button. So this will only show the scripts or the components that are attached to your camera. So you can see all these components attached. So one of them is a button script. So we'll go here and button script back button. So now we'll call this function. Okay, so now if we disable this pause menu again, we don't need it. Click play, and we should be able to do walk in, escape, back to menu, play. Oh no, I know what happened. Let's go. We forgot to set the time scale back to 1. The only way time scale was being 1 was if you press escape again. So what we're gonna do is we will copy this time scale, or you know what, we're not gonna copy it, we'll write it. Back button. So before it loads the scene, we're gonna say time scale equals 1. Save it. Okay. That way our time goes back to 1. So let's save, play again, and come on. Alrighty. Press escape, back to main menu, press play, and there we go. Oh, I don't know why they're not flipping, but fantastic. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed. I know my face is not in here, certain technical issues and other things, but next time it will be in there. You betcha.